Yo, what's up, my fellow virgins? Your boy Awen like say sauce can never take a motherfucking loss. I know. I've been going for like I don't know how long. I ain't react to UFC in a little minute. I've been watching it though, but today we're about to react to the fight business as always and shit like that. You know how to fucking go. But today we're about to react to Ilia Topuria when trash talking goes right. I'm gonna let y'all know this right now. He wasn't trash talking, bro. He was telling the truth, and he fucking said what he was gonna do, and he did what he said he was gonna do. And I'm sorry to say that Ilia Topuria is the real fucking deal. He's about to be the hottest featherweight out right now. So Max, go to lightweight. Wait till Ilia come up, and then from there, y'all can get. But for right now, let's get into this son of a bitch. You get what I'm saying?
Do you know what's the most efficient way to promote a fight? Talk.
How many of you guys have Ian Gary's wife?
Yeah, saying that shit doesn't get you fans, bro. That should make you sound like a nut.
I know his mama got tickets, so shut the f up about, hey, don't talk about my mom for one. Don't you ever talk about my mom.
You think your dad beat the shit up your dad doesn't have shit on me.
Dana White doesn't care, so you're allowed to say whatever you want.
I could care less. This is the fight business.
The fans, at least most of us, appreciate good marketing and will appreciate a bit of edge to build the fights. And most importantly, the more you talk, the more attention you get. But yet, barely anyone actually does it. Why? Because in this sport, words carry weight, and trash talk is a double-edged sword as every promise becomes a pressure point and every boast turns into a ticking clock that demands results. Most fighters know that if they can't deliver, they'll be the ones eating their words. The weight of a loss is already crippling, and the last thing the loser of the fight wants to see is a horde of fans on his social media profile going, huh, you couldn't back it up. And that is why most fighters refrain from trash talk. They don't need that extra baggage, the added pressure and weight, but then you have this guy.
You wanna talk to me like the man to man? I'm gonna walk the floor with you.
I will point to the ground and I will stay in the middle of the octagon.
While most fighters shy away from their
Yeah, this nigga's not talking shit, bro. Like, I don't think niggas understand this. He's not trash talking. He's dead ass serious.
risk, Topuria embraces it, understanding that in a sport where every word matters just as much as actions, the true superstars are the ones who can convert their bravado into victory, while telling you the whole time,
Trust me.
he's not just talking to hype the fight, he's also sending a message. He's here to conquer, to rise above the noise, and to leave his mark on the sport. And he hasn't been.
Yo, after I watched that UFC Embedded and I seen Ilia Topuria's part, and I'm just like, holy shit, like, he's the real deal. Like, how the fuck did he got all this fucking money, bro? This nigga got money like Conor McGregor, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Wrong yet.
Thank you to the fighting business. Absolutely amazing.
One of my favorite new channels.
I'm
going
back,
right
nigga.
now.
I'm back.
In 2015, Ilia Topuria made his MMA debut.
Okay, I already watched Ilia Topuria's background. We're gonna watch it again this time. But he's the real deal. I'm sorry, y'all. He's the real deal. I'm not saying I'm sorry, but I'm sorry because I thought Max was gonna win, but it is what it is.
In some backyard promotion in Spain, and the world champion at that time was Jose Aldo, the first and only UFC featherweight king who was undefeated for 10 years and counting. But I'm sure 17-year-old Topuria, who was 1-0 against nobody, was pacing back and forth around the room while watching Aldo, yelling at the walls that he would knock out Aldo in the first round. Yeah, right.
Mi cabeza no para aquí, yo sigo para adelante y estoy seguro que algún día muy cercano alcanzaré mis objetivos. Soy el futuro.
2019, Topuria, undefeated at 9-0, all finishes, had built a silver of reputation for himself as a featherweight prospect, and he was most likely telling all those around him that he was the kryptonite to Max Holloway.
The only man who means something for me, it's the man who has the belt, you know? I don't care about anyone else.
Max Holloway, the guy who had destroyed the great Jose Aldo twice and had limitless endurance and durability.
I told you guys before, kings go to other kings' villages and they take over. He had everything I wanted. He was the GOAT. His time is done. Welcome to Bless Era.
That Max Holloway. Yeah, right. Try to get to the UFC first, little bro. In 2020, he did get into the UFC at only 23 years of age, and he was still undefeated, but who gave a fuck? The division at that time was still dominated by a rather one-sided rivalry between the former champion, Max Holloway, and his actual kryptonite, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Max Holloway was bad enough, and now you had Volk, a generational great who had 1 win against Aldo and 3 against Holloway.
Alex Volkanovski had what he just told me was the best performance of his career, and I think all of us would agree with that as well. Max Holloway has never looked like that at the end of the fight. He's made people look like that, but Volkanovski also seemed...
Yeah, I'm sorry to say this, y'all, but it's some real gangster shit right here from UFC fans. When a girl talk about fighting, bro, especially like UFC or boxing, and she really know what the fuck she talking about. That is the most attractive shit I can ever see. This is why this nigga making his face like, damn, look like this. Look, he just like
to make it look
he not breaking no eye. Look.
effortless on his end.
He did. Enough said.
I gotta run that back, bro. I'm sorry, yo. Hold up. That shit.
But
He didn't even know what to say.
Volkanovski also seemed to make it look effortless on his end.
Yeah.
He did. Enough
He did.
said. The rest of the division might as well not exist with guys like Holloway and Volk at the top, but Topuria quietly but violently rose through the ranks of 145, and after a 5-round masterclass against Josh Emmett, he was declared the #1 contender for the featherweight title. And when Volk, who had just dismantled Yair Rodriguez for his 5th title defense, squared off against Topuria at ringside, El Matador saw all he needed to see.
I was impressed by his performance, like the boldest fight I ever seen in my life. I see myself much better than him everywhere, you know, in striking with my hands. I can knock him out, I can take him down and submit him. You're all gonna see what's gonna happen in December when we're gonna face each other.
We all saw a flawless vintage Volkanovski performance, but Ilia apparently saw something that we didn't and promised that he would finish the dominant featherweight champion.
That nigga took the belt and all that. That's Conor wannabe shit crazy. But I fuck with Topuria though. He just, you know, people just don't like him. I like him though. He's a good fighter. He's a good guy. He didn't choose to be the villain. The villain role chose him.
In fact, he was so sure of himself that he declared himself as the new featherweight champion way before the actual fight.
Ilia hasn't really offered you that respect. Now that you
even compare me with his past opponents. I'm gonna take your head off. I'm gonna show you levels. I'm gonna walk the floor with you.
With so much arrogance and disrespect, Topuria quickly became one of the biggest heels in the division, and MMA fans flooded his social media with hate and ridicule, but face to face with the champion at the pre-fight press conference, Topuria kept the same energy, and at UFC 298, he delivered.
Yo, watching that, I got hype as shit. I don't know why. I like Volk. I'm gonna be honest. But one thing I do like is a new fighter coming up and talking that shit, and then he actually do it. Oh my fucking god! Any from Spain to El Matador? Anybody from Spain watching? We did it.
Not even a few months ago, people were swearing that no featherweight, past or present,
I knew he was gonna beat Volk.
would come close to matching Volk, but it took Topuria 2 rounds to deliver a vicious knockout, just as he had promised. And now, as the new champion, he was even more confident, and without hesitation, he set his sights on the other featherweight great who, just 2 events after UFC 298, accomplished one of the biggest wins of his career. And guess what Topuria predicted?
The same thing is what's gonna happen tomorrow night. I will be the first one to knock him out, trust me.
It's one thing to knock out Alexander Volkanovski because, as great
Max
as
Holloway
he
is
he
crazy.
didn't have a granite chin, and he was knocked out just months before UFC 298, but promising to not just beat, but finish Max Holloway. Now, that's a reach.
Be the first one to knock out
Yo, my nigga got that Vaseline on and shit like that. I don't know what you was doing before this video, my nigga, but
Finish Max Holloway.
you gotta chill.
Now, that's a reach.
Be the first one to knock out Max Holloway. And if he stays in the middle, I promise I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna take his head off.
No way I'm not gonna knock him out. I will be the first one to knock him out because every time I watch him fight, I'm like, I'm way better than him.
If that wasn't bold and outrageous, have a listen at this.
Cage, you want a point in the middle. Are you guaranteeing that you're going to do that?
100% I will do that.
Ilia wanted the smoke from the mythical beast pointing Holloway. Every time Holloway had invited his opponent to step in the middle and swing, he had fucked them up bad, but Topuria reiterated this again and again in the build-up, promising that he was going to be the first one to KO Max Holloway.
I'm gonna take these lights out in the first round.
Break his legendary durability,
Trust me, you're gonna wake up from a long sleep.
and take his BM.
Technically, if you want to be real technical, Ilia Topuria did not knock out Max Holloway. He knocked him down. He got a couple punches on the ground. Holloway was never out. So I'm just saying, he got the job finished. He didn't get it done.
MF
Do you
title.
really think I'm trash-talking? I'm saying the truth.
October 26th, I'll show up.
At the end of the day, October 26th.
Yeah, show up and I'm gonna do the rest. Don't worry.
As the build-up to the Holloway fight reached its fever pitch, Ilia Topuria leaned into the hype, doubling, even tripling down on his promise to be the first one to knock out Max Holloway in every press event. Topuria's confidence bordered on defiance as he assured fans and critics alike that Holloway's legendary durability would finally come to an end.
We get to find out Saturday night, man. I can't wait.
In the Octagon, main event of UFC 308, Topuria was the first one to take the center of the octagon, and as he said all week long, he pointed to the middle and invited Holloway to end it right there. Max did not oblige, but he was simply delaying the inevitable because, as Topuria said in the pre-fight press conference,
Shake the hand and you stay in the middle. If not, run away. I will cut you anyways. I will cut you. We did away.
Massive knockdown for Topuria.
he wasn't lying, guys. He knocked out Max Holloway. I repeat, he knocked out Max Blessed Holloway, exactly as he said he would. Trash talk gone right is what I'll say. Delusional conviction realized is what most of the MMA fandom would say. Prophecy turned into a reality. That's what Ilia Topuria will tell you.
See, this is shit I don't like about him, though. All this BMF shit, bro, like, you got something way better than that, bro. Like,
Call this because I knew it. It's a surprise for a lot of people, but for me, it's like I knew it.
doom, 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 doom.
Ilia Topuria did more than just talk. He manifested every promise he made, and each declaration only built his meteoric rise.
He's like, hold me back, lads, hold me back.
Where the fuck Patty been at? Like,
Didn't do nothing because he's a maggot.
The skeptic laughs, fans doubted, and seasoned analysts called him out of his mind, but he didn't give two shits about any of that. With each victory, his words felt less like empty bravado and more like fate carving out a bloody yet glorious path. In one calendar year, Topuria shared the octagon with the legend of his division, called his shots with a confidence bordering on the outrageous, and then delivered in a way only a fellow great can. To Topuria, trash talk isn't baggage, it's fuel. In a sport where words can break a fighter just as much as fists, he does a pretty damn good job with both, making every promo a statement, and consequently, every win an exclamation point. And now, he wants to be the first one to submit Islam, call him delusional, and find out.
If they call me and they want me to move up to the lightweight division, I will be okay with that, move up and be the first one to submit Islam.
if he go up to fucking lightweight, bro, he's gonna be a fucking killer. Cause his strength and featherweight, imagine that shit in lightweight. Holy shit, bro. But I'm back with the UFC reactions and shit like that. So be updated. I'm gonna catch y'all niggas.